What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to do a spoiler-free review of a new horror comedy called Werewolves Within. And I've been looking forward to this one. So this weekend is going to be really busy, guys. As a matter of fact, I've got 2 more reviews that I've got to do, maybe with a 4th one that might just get pushed to Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. So be on the lookout on my channel for more reviews of movies that you may want to check out this weekend. New ones. So I saw a trailer, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or so, and I was like ready to go. And I thought it looked really funny. And turns out, it is. So Werewolves Within is a movie that has been adapted from a VR game from Ubisoft and made into a movie. In that game, what you do is you put on the headset, you do sort of talk around a campfire with a bunch of people in this town. A few of you are werewolves, and you have to prove that you're not the werewolf, and then people have to decide by the end. It's kind of like Clue or whatever, but it's just a round table sort of discussion. And based on that game, they decided to make this movie. So really, it was up in the air about what the story could be about, other than the fact that a group of people in this town have to figure out who is the werewolf. Now, this movie is by director Josh Rubin, who recently did a movie that's on Shudder that was quite impressive as far as writing the dialogue and sort of directing it. It was a small, very small budget indie film that all took place in one spot, a cabin, and involved about 2 or 3 characters in this pretty well-written and well-acted and fun movie. I wasn't goo-goo bananas over it, but I could definitely see the potential that was in this movie scare me. I knew going into this that it was going to be even better. However, Josh Rubin did not write this movie. The movie was written by writer Mishna Wolf. Coincidence? I think not. She's actually known for writing a critically acclaimed memoir called I'm Down that has been used in a lot of colleges and high schools as a really big piece. This is all her first screen adaptation. So what is Werewolves Within? It's about a small town, and every little town has its own little secrets, and Vermont, where this movie takes place, is no different. This town has many wonderful, crazy characters that litter the screen. This town has one big secret. This town may have a werewolf situation. Now, watching this movie right off the bat, I started getting interested in this film. There's something that I always talk about when I talk about horror comedies or just comedies in general. Sometimes movies have this certain cadence to it, that the jokes flow at a certain frequency. And this is one of those movies where normally I would say, slow it down a little bit. Because some movies will do comedy and they will do it too fast and it's almost too rapid. Like it's coming at you too fast to really pick up any of the jokes, or some of them aren't funny and it's more quantity over quality. These are actually very good jokes and they are coming at you rapid fire. So it was surprising to me that I was actually on board from it. This is something that I feel like I could go back and watch and warrant more jokes that I might have missed from it, rather than feeling like it was too much. And from Mishna Wolf, who is brand new at screenplay adaptations or just writing a screenplay in general, to meet up with Josh Rubin, who deals with witty dialogue already, it was a perfect match. And I think the 2 of these, mixed with the actors who are in this movie, who litter the screen with awesomeness and zany, great comedic acting, is what makes this movie just fantastic. It's well shot. The music is fun. It has just a fun atmosphere about this whole fucking movie the whole fucking time. And it's got this also sort of cute and quaint thing about it too. Because if you have ever watched a movie like Fargo or something like that, you see those little specks and those little problematic areas that turn into big problems. Well, that's kind of like this town. A lot of really great characters that will basically get into a lot of bigger problems and a lot of festering small town problems that make everybody else turn into pointing the finger at who's the werewolf. Now, if I had to compare this movie, I would say it is The Wolf of Snow Hollow, which is a movie that came out last year, meets The Hateful Eight. Much funnier than Wolf of Snow Hollow. It feels bigger in the same respect. And I feel like the acting here is way better than those movies. Now, those aren't bad movies. I just wasn't as fond of that movie, Wolf of Snow Hollow, or The Hateful Eight, as much as I am with this movie. It's like the best parts of both married into one. Because everybody's sitting around getting picked off one by one, and you're trying to figure out the mystery of who the werewolf is, if there is a werewolf, if someone's just going around murdering, and everybody's a suspect. And every little small town decision turns, like I said, into a big problem. I laughed a lot in this movie, and even the smaller characters have big parts in this movie. So even some of the bigger characters kind of disappear into the fold in the movie. So they all really kind of get their own bit of screen time to throw in a joke that actually lands for me. A fun ride, man. Like, on fun alone, it just gave me a rush. I was just constantly laughing with it. Like I said, normally I get so weirded out by movies that throw jokes at you so fast. Maybe it's because they just aren't as funny as this one was to me. You have Sam Richardson, who plays the ranger coming into this new town. You also have Milana Vayntrub, who plays the post office girl, who's also a really good counterpart to Richardson's part. You also have Harvey Guillen in the movie, who also plays Guillermo in What We Do in the Shadows TV show. And if you've ever seen that show, he's fucking hilarious in that. And yeah, he's really good in this one too. He made me laugh a lot. His last name is Wolfson in the character's name in this movie, by the way. So there's a lot of like deep cuts as to who might be the werewolf in this movie that you may not have picked up. Because like I said, things do move at a faster pace, and that may make some people lose some of the quality of the jokes. But just like I've seen in movies like David Cronenberg, where I go back and look for weird little Easter eggs and shit that I might have missed, it's in there. So I think this would warrant a second viewing to enjoy even again. And we're definitely going to be buying it because it's just hilarious. I won't spoil if there is or isn't a werewolf, but let's just say it ends up pretty damn good. You know how most comedies do? They do the ending and it's like, this has that sort of down sort of thing, but I still laughed all the way to the very end. It's kind of like dark humor, dark comedy, and if you're into that kind of comedy mixed with like, like that Fargo-esque feel mixed with like Hateful Eight and The Wolf of Snow Hollow, then I think you will enjoy this movie. But yeah, I think this movie deserves a lot of credit. I think it is a very good paced tone for Josh Rubin to be able to do this with Mishna. I think they're a really good pair that should work together in the future because they obviously get each other, and they made not only the actors get it, but the jokes landed. It is a well-packaged, funny movie that I think will charm just about anybody. I'd give this movie an 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9. It's that good to me. Now, is every joke going to make everybody else laugh? Probably not. I'll love a movie, somebody else will hate it. You just never know. But for me personally, my humor, I enjoyed it, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys do too. It's out for VOD now. You can actually rent it for $6.99 on Amazon. I don't know, you might be able to find it for cheaper elsewhere, but I personally think this is well worth the rent if you're looking for something fun this weekend to watch. But what do you think? Have you seen the trailer? Have you watched the movie yet? What did you think of this film? Now that I've given you kind of the details on some of the movie without spoiling it, are you going to watch it? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you enjoy this content, like I said, we got a lot more reviews headed this way, and we also have a horror movie haul that I just posted yesterday that you should check out too. But other than that, thanks so much for coming by, and as always, long live the void.